that I've got your attention, let's talk about what we can build with just a few minutes of time and a few tokens using something that I've open sourced. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about it, but first let's just see it working. So you can see here, this is the note where the Nova Carter started from, and you can see that it's publishing all the data, including the point cloud scan, as well as where the robot currently is. As you can see, it gave it some natural language commands, and now it's going to move around, looking at the room. We're looking at one of the front owl cameras. All of this was generated by the natural language prompts and our skills that exist currently in our system. So as you can see, the robot's able to move around. It's mapping the room. Let's say move forward to the other end of the room using the viewport to determine where you are. One of the next things we're going to do with this is I'm going to connect it to Gemini ER, I think 1.7 now is the model, and we're definitely going to connect it to Cosmos Reason 2 and others, just to get a sense of how to utilize this flow with some more cutting edge tech. As you can see now, it's now looking at it's going to look through the viewport, and it's going to determine where it's going to go. It's saying that I found something ahead of me. There's an obstacle, so it looks like it just started. It slowed down so that it could be conservative with its movement, and it's going to slowly map this room. If I gave it more and more, if I said like execute in a loop or something like that, it's doing one command at a time. But I could easily say, go to this wall, go to that wall, etc. And have it execute missions and actually map this space and create a cost map and all of that. For now, we're just trying to show what it does, get you guys all interested, and then I'll just jump into how we built this and how you could also join in and help build this. Let's just go quickly over to here and just take a look at what this is. This page will be up on GitHub and also on my website shortly, so that you can utilize it. And we're going to have some support on Patreon, because obviously these things take some credits, some tokens, and some time. And robot some other people involved. If you notice, the collaborations are starting. So thank you for those of you that are starting to collaborate. That's just as important as monetary support, or even clicking the like button. It's usually about the 2-minute mark. I want to say click the like button, because that's usually when some of you drop off. And just like and subscribe, and share this with your friends, share this with students, things like that, the people that are starting to build in robotics. So what we built today is the ability to automatically, creating ROS bridges, those kinds of things. Sensors, so far we have the camera and LiDARs and IMU, but we're going to add more sensors. This is all using Isaac Sim ROS2 as kind of baseline. And then what we plan on doing is extending this. Right now, there is a, as you saw, there's a little extension that works inside of Isaac Sim and allows you to even export Isaac Lab, kinds of constructs. But the point is that we have this set of tools, a set of tooling that can be used anywhere. So we can use it inside of NemoClaw, inside of OpenClaw. I have my own, smart assistant. I call it Prometheus. You've probably seen part of it before in previous videos. We want to use that there as well. Now, how does this relate to 10 Things? My company is we're all about making robotics easier. So if this part of the stack can be simple, then it naturally moves into my robotic stack, which is a little bit more, much more comprehensive and allows you to go all the way to production. So this should help you through getting the simulator, but there's obviously there's sim to real, there's deploying to your actual robot, there's building code that's specific to your operating system. All of that stuff inside of 10 Things platform, we do that. To get you to that platform, to even get you started in robotics, I think this should be free, and therefore it's open source. You can go to the GitHub repo and check it out. But we can start with some of these prompts and see how some of these things work. So you can see what kind of basic prompting is like. And again, this runs in NemoClaw or OpenClaw, so you can just go ahead and point your OpenClaw models and code at this repo. There's a little bit of setup, and once you're done with the setup, pretty simple to run. You just need Isaac Sim 5.1. 6.0 is going to start supporting that. I'm hoping to get the community involved, and the community gets involved, then we can start with 6.0. That way we have multiple different groups, submitting PRs at the same time. And then we're actually gonna go through this 3 steps to your first prompt little piece right now, and that's it. So this is all going to be on my website very shortly. It's 10things.tech. Today there's some kind of months old code there, kind of showing you what we were up to, and now we've really honed in on what's next for us, and in supporting the community at large. And the open source community is very important to us, while obviously we have to pay bills, and we have to help the OEMs and the integrators. So we're building out this tooling focused on them. But here's how you get started. This is the on-ramp, and so we're going to go through that shortly. So let's take a look at what we all built, and then we're going to restart the simulator and build one from scratch. So here we have a set of cameras. These are the fisheye cameras that are around the robot. We're only collecting the 4, and that's because we don't want to slow down the simulation. We could go and collect that the RealSense depth cameras, and that would actually be really good for creating the depth map. But what we have here already is we have, because we have the LiDAR, we have all of these places where the robot can have a collision. And I'm going to say make a right turn and move significantly along the wall. I can't type, guys, so you know that. Along the wall. So what's next for this? So one of the things that we should be doing next is obviously connecting up things like nav2, ROS control, and then beyond that, for the walking models and the models with bimanual manipulators or single manipulators, we should be doing things like bringing in QRobo, Move It, these kinds of things, and we're getting started there. It moved very conservatively. That's not the way we want to do this overall. So we want to do eventually is we want to, it's still moving. It's kind of making its way through the scene. It's adding, you know, a few different movements. Well, I think this is okay, but the reality is this thing is going to have a brain at some point. We want the robot to have a brain, and the brain should tell it, you know, if we say go over to that, you know, this computer screen, or to this table, or that chair, or the trash can, it should be able to do that. So we're getting there. You know, definitely help us out. Like and subscribe definitely helps. There will be a Patreon page up coming soon, and really cool announcements coming up with some hardware. So one of the things 10 Things is definitely going to support the community with is open sourcing hardware, meaning robots. And so that's coming soon. I am definitely taking inspiration from some of the foremost folks out in this field. So if you're a fan of like James Brutton or others, you'll start to see robots pop up every few months from me and the team that I've organized. So this is just the start, and I think we should, for those of you that stick around for a little bit of B-roll, let's start from the very beginning with a brand new robot. So I'm gonna essentially stop this scene. Robots in the middle. I'm gonna save it. The very cool thing is that it saves to all of its children, all of its parts to the robot scene. It saves it to a location inside of a workspace. So you can go and say, as you're building this up, and you can say like, give me my RViz, give me my my Isaac Lab, all of those files. It'll save it into the same location. So give me my URDF file, save that to a location. Some of this stuff is untested, so you should know, but all of the code is there. And if you come up with any bugs, please submit an issue. If you want to submit a PR, we already had a couple of different folks submit a PR, which I thought was really cool. Definitely we want to do that here. This is where it's at. This will also be in the description, but it kind of goes over what we've all built here, where we're going. There is also a plan, and in the plan has all the things that we're working on. And yeah, so there are tons and tons of gaps as far as what I want this to do overall. I'm putting probably 8 hours a week into this for now, and I'm hoping that others join in. And if 50 different developers put in 8 hours a week, this thing will be the premier place to go for just in general getting started with ROS2, getting started with Isaac Sim, not just getting started, but doing real significant things. So let's start from the very beginning. And those of you that are still here, and build this out. Oh, actually, let's just make it a part 2. We'll do that. That way, those of you that don't want to stick around for something like this, you can opt out right now. So like and subscribe, and look for part 2.